It's Independence Day, so let's talk about what's going on in America. Freedom, it's under attack in your state. Your Republican leaders, they're banning books, making it harder to vote, restricting speech in classrooms, even criminalizing women and doctors. I urge all of you living in Florida to join the fight, or join us in California, where we still believe in freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom to choose, freedom from hate, and the freedom to love.
Wow, and I love that political ad. That was California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom with one of the smartest political moves of the summer. Newsom is running for re-election in California's governor in 2022, but what he's essentially done is he just bought $105,000 worth of commercial time for that ad to run on Fox News in Florida. Talk about grabbing attention. What he's essentially doing is he's urging Sunshine State residents to pack up their flip-flops and head out west. Keep in mind, the goal of a political ad is to grab attention, to cut through the noise and the clutter, to make your campaign, your candidacy unique. And what Newsom is doing with that creative and rather aggressive ad in Florida is that he's raising his national profile at a time when a lot of Democrats are talking about 2024 presidential politics. And a lot of Democrats do not want President Joe Biden to run for re-election, but they're having the conversation, well, who should then be the Democratic alternative? And suddenly here comes Gavin Newsom showing he's not afraid to promote his state, to promote progressive values, and do so by criticizing Republicans like the leading Trump alternative, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Don't let them take your freedom.
Paid for by Newsom for California Governor 2022.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is also running for re-election, a gubernatorial re-election in 2022 this fall. But he's also, like Newsom, got his eye on 2024 presidential politics. So his campaign wasted little time in responding to Newsom and further elevating this fight. A DeSantis aide put out a tweet that had pictures of a California homeless encampment and a California beach that was strewn with trash. And the message from the DeSantis aide to Newsom was, shouldn't you be worried about California? Newsom and DeSantis have had this rivalry for months, and keep in mind, again, any fight that they have elevates both of them and helps both of them within their respective political parties. Back in March, California Governor Newsom was asked about Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and he said, I do not look for inspiration from that particular governor. And DeSantis then responded on Fox News at the time saying, well, there's a lot of Californians who like what we're doing here in Florida who are coming here. Both DeSantis and Gavin Newsom are largely expected to coast to re-election victory. Maybe coast is not the right word, but they're both heavily favored to win the re-election battles in the fall of 2022 and thereby set themselves up for possible presidential runs in 2024. Although right now, the candidates are both dismissing what they call the speculation about 2024. And of course, this explains why Gavin Newsom just ran this ad in Florida. And by the way, the contrast between Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis could not be more stark, whether it's education, whether it's voting access, abortion rights. This spring in Florida, Governor DeSantis signed a bill that outlaws abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy and does not even include exceptions for rape and incest. And yet in California, in the wake of the Supreme Court decision getting rid of Roe versus Wade, there was California Governor Gavin Newsom signing a bill that protects abortion providers in California from liability if they perform abortions for out-of-state residents. Again, both of them would love this matchup. Both of them love the attention. And that's why elevating this fight now for Gavin Newsom and making waves the way he has and showing that he's not afraid to take on a high-profile Republican, that is really, really smart politics. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us. Tell me what you think in the comments section.